We built a predictive maintenance model with 91% accuracy. It was brilliant. 6 months later, nobody was using it. The problem wasn't the algorithm, it was everything else. Here's why most enterprise ML projects fail after they leave the lab. Here's the brutal stat. 68% of enterprises have deployed at least one AI model to production. Sounds great, right? But only 22% actually have the infrastructure to keep those models running reliably. That's a 46-point gap. That gap is where your investment goes to die. The models work fine. The cloud platforms are mature. The tooling exists. But the operational layer, monitoring, retraining, governance, that's where teams fall apart. Most teams treat ML deployment as victory. You launch the model, you celebrate, you move to the next project. But that's where you're wrong. Production is where the real work starts. You need to monitor for data drift. You need automated retraining when sensor formats change. You need documentation nobody will read but everyone needs. You need clear ownership. When my data scientist left, nobody knew how to interpret confidence scores. That's why the model sat idle. Our 91% accurate model needed 3 things to stay alive: a retraining pipeline that updated automatically when data changed, clear documentation of what the model actually meant, and someone assigned to own it when circumstances shifted. We had none of those. So when sensor formats changed, the pipeline broke. When predictions degraded, nobody could explain why. When my colleague left the company, ownership evaporated. That's not a tech failure, that's an operational failure.
The shift that matters is this. Stop thinking about ML as a project you complete. Think about it as a product you operate. That means building infrastructure for monitoring, retraining, feedback loops, and governance. It means assigning permanent ownership. It means documenting for the person who inherits it after you leave. It's less sexy than training the perfect algorithm. But it's what separates companies running models from companies running broken ML graveyards.
The full story, with how to actually bridge this gap, is in the article. Link in the description. The science works. The infrastructure is the real challenge.